Well, hello, my amazingly beautiful friend, Miss Sue. My name is Libra Empress, and this is your free personal tarot reading. Now, I apologize for the delay, and I want to also thank you so much for becoming a part of our Zodiac family, alright? So here's how it's going to go. I'm going to lay 3 cards down, do 3 piles with clarifiers. I'm going to tell you what's going on there, tell you what's going on at the bottom of each deck with your story, and then know that when I get to the decks and to all the energy between, I don't know where they fall. I'm just putting a mystery together, which happens to be your life. And then afterwards, I'm going to do your favorite number, number 7. And then from there, I will do four card layouts, but I will lay them on top of each other because my camera's too close to. It's too close. My cards are too fat. Fat with a PH. Pretty hot and tempting. But anyway, I hope that gives you a little clarity on what I'm doing. Alright, so you dealt with betrayal in the past in regards to material wealth currently, and you are celebrating in the possible future. Bottom of the deck is Aquarius energy, wish fulfillment. Alright, bottom of the deck is wish fulfillment again. Okay, first pile passed. So there was a betrayal, right? And you decided you were not going to let it hold you down anymore. Okay? So you decided to get rid of all that anguish, anger, shovel it up, all those boxes of anxiety and depression, and throw them out your eardrum. Did. And as soon as you did, you realized there were options opened up for you, and you were able to complete one journey so that you could begin something new. I mean, you forgave, but you didn't forget. It's if you forget, history's doomed to repeat itself, and you don't want to repeat that cycle again. So currently you're dealing with your material wealth and a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. This is a bit of a player card, right? Not saying that all those are bad, but there's a Knight of Cups who's very adventurous and loving and romantic, right? Someone you know. They're also moody, and in my card deck, this card is reversed from a regular Knight of Cups in a regular deck. So basically, he's the player card. So you're done with the player. Okay. And what's crazy is they have passion for you, and you're kind of indecisive on whether you want to take it or not. I mean, sometimes it's like we rinse and repeat, hoping to get a different outcome, but it just seems like we keep getting the same. But you're gonna make a choice, okay? And your choice is that you are gonna be celebrating. You're gonna celebrate that you got rid of a puppet master, and you prospered and claimed your destiny. Now, fourth pile is all the energy between past, present, and future. Remember, not set in stone when we get to here. So you are juggling and struggling with a lot of responsibilities, fighting for what's yours. You had the willpower to keep going, though. Yes, you did. And even though you dealt with a lot of grief, possibly from a loved one just becoming deceased, but that didn't stop you from entering into the full energy where you got an extra pep in your step, right? And you also have the Three of Cups. That's one of 4 options that I see. One would be that you just got married. 2 would be you're pregnant, okay? Don't dwell on those 2 if they're not your story, okay? It's just an option. I'm trying to fill in what's going on with you. The 3rd would be that that you're working hard with someone at work, coming up with an idea that's gonna, or a project that's gonna blow your boss's socks off during a presentation. Okay, that could be it. Or the 4th one where you're starting your own business, you know, creating something from scratch that's gonna change the course of reality as we know it. And so you will be traveling, but you're gonna be in hermit mode as well because you're pampering yourself, right? And you know, you got 6 of Wands here, right? You're gaining recognition and hard work for your skills, and you're not gonna let people walk all over you. So that's even awesomer, right? Libra Empress, that's not a word. Yeah, I know. Not yet. But you know, I create words sometimes. And one-liners. They're funny. They're hilarious. Anyway. Oh, man. So bottom of this deck is you had the Star card, right? Your wish fulfillment, hope. Possibly dealing with an Aquarius. Now, you are very perceptive in regards to the fact that someone's disappointed you, and you're not letting it hold your happiness back. Oh, hell no, because you've worked so hard trying to be cautious around that person and complete your tasks. Now, you've awoken to the revelation or the drama that they brought forth towards you, and you wanted to share your traditions and collaborate, but ultimately it's left you in preparing to reject whatever offer they were giving you, especially in regards to their challenges. Now your emperor steps through the door and you want to collaborate with him. But sometimes it's hard to figure out who your emperor is, and especially since you're probably like you're waiting for your emperor to not only be, you know, who he or she is, but to also embody both the emperor energy and the empress energy. You want someone balanced out and top notch because you want them to come to you correct, not sideways and missing a limb. Sorry. I don't know why. Anyway, so you're going to be collaborating with them. You might not know who your emperor is yet, but during collaborating with them, you're going to be starting fresh and making an effort towards adapting your skills and avoiding temptation. There's going to be temptation. But it's not going to hold you back from your accomplishments, even though he's going to try to hold you back, even if he's doing it subconsciously where he doesn't realize that. Sometimes people do that. They step in our way and we just, it's like, it's crazy. You just don't know what to do. Like, you try to avoid them. And you've got energy and you're using that to look for quality and positivity, but you're also willing to share some of that, okay? But you also know that you're refined enough to keep your mystery to yourself, paying attention to your intuition and keeping your scales balanced. We each have scales in us. It's not just a Libra thing. We all know between right and wrong. And you're going to be growing, right? You're going to be growing and moving to calmer waters, possibly with your lover. And you're going to have the courage to keep your energy up and be mindful of your generosity, right? Especially in regards to your creativity. Now, while being creative, you're going to find clarifiers, right? And you're going to wait for them to come to you. I believe that if you were a writer, or if you were to put pen to paper, it would write itself and you were just the instrument, the open beacon. All right, now you're trying to find stability and keep your emotions under control while seeking introspection in regards to your destiny. Hell yeah. Now someone charming is coming your way, or maybe your charm has led you to having many options. You know, you can catch bees better with honey rather than with vinegar, right? And you're discovering that. You're discovering that in moderation and contemplating whether or not you should pay attention to your intuition, which you should. Pay attention to your dreams, right? Even if you feel a lot of anxiety. Now, you are the Empress and you transformed, right? You transformed and you were doing it very assertively. if that makes sense. You were like, yeah, kami ka, biatches. I'm gonna transform right now. And what's funny is you're not holding yourself back from transforming, right? You know what you want and you're going for it. You know who you want to be and you're going for it. You're not defined by just one thing. Like, say you make one mistake when you're younger, right? And people just keep bringing it up, and you're just like, I'm not the same person I was yesterday, let alone 10 years ago when I made that mistake. Come on, dudes. Like, I've grown. I've advanced so much and gained so much knowledge and realized that, yeah, as we're younger, we make mistakes. Granted, that's not an excuse, but, you know, it happens. We're human. And we must take responsibility for each and every action, because in the end, we're going to be questioned on everything. Like, we're going to walk down a hallway with all of our memories and be asked, well, why'd you do this at this time? And it's like, wow, you Libra? Like, damn, how'd you know the time of day? Oh, yeah, you're divine. That's why. And then you'll suddenly know the answers to everything, right, to your questions. And it'll seem so insignificant then, but right now it seems so significant, if that makes sense. Alright, let's go on with what's going on at the bottom of my zombie tarot deck. So, your wish fulfillment could be possible with this Aries, Leo, or Sag. He's the knight in shining armor in my deck. Some shit's gonna be said. Maybe he says some shit that changes your perspective towards your progress. And maybe what he has to say is that you're being deceived. And what happens is you go in mini hermit mode, and you are paying attention. It's just you're kind of like mini meltdown, right? Trying to take care of yourself, lick your wounds. But you're not removing the fact that you are inquisitive and headstrong and very observant. You know that people keep taking from you, taking and betraying you or trying to betray you, right? So you're going to say some shit and lay it down. And you're going to try and do that while thinking about what you're going to say and how you're going to say it to whoever you're going to say it to. But you're also going to add a little bit of heart in making that decision-making process, if that makes sense. Now, you do have someone loving you that is watching your back, but they're far away, okay? Could be deceased, or it could be a soft stalker. You have someone that you love, an Aries, Leo, or Sag, but you feel like you're constantly quarreling with them, and you want to know which way to go. You have choices. You don't have to stay around and put up with that shit. Is it worth fighting for, or should you skip out? It's up to you, ultimately. Whatever makes you happy. But currently, you're in anxiety, alright? And you're feeling a little bit selfish with your time and energy, and yet you're getting a helpful hand from the undead. It's my favorite card. High five from the undead. It's like world domination. That's what the story is. It always makes me think of Pinky and Brain. Always. I'm gonna say that every time I see this card. I think I have already so far. I just love that card. Because it's like, get a high five from the undead and world domination. And then the Pinky and the Brain theme song pops up in my head every time. Pinky and the Brain. My sister actually, she needed her food handlers and she wasn't taking good care of her 2 rats. And she was never home to take care of them. So I told her, okay, I will buy your rats off you by buying you a food handler permit so you can work. She's like, okay. So I took on them, and then I renamed them because I didn't know what the hell their names were. She wouldn't tell me until later. And I'm like, come look, guess what I named them? And she's like, they already had names. And I'm like, well, I don't know their names. And she's like, told me. And I was like, oh, well, I renamed them. And I told her, and she's like, that's lame. Why would you name them Pinky and Brain? What's wrong with you? And I'm like, darn younger generations. Gosh. Made me feel old, so I pulled out my phone and made her listen to the theme song. And I'm like, that's why. Because these rats are dominators. They're not going to let a cage hold them back. The skinny white one, I named Pinky, and the fat black one was Brain because he was eating a lot. But you know, stories. Alright, we're going to do 7 cards from each of my decks, and there's going to be one that clarifies the other. Okay. So, this is how I'm going to lay out all my spreads as well, so you can see them. Now, you are transforming away from this puppet master. And even though, well, you've got a lot of charm, so it has opened up a lot of options for you. Even though you're full of anxiety, you decide that you are going to declutter all that anxiety from your head. It's scary taking first steps and making changes. God knows it is. But you're making that choice and completing that task with honor, right? And in doing so, you made an effort to maybe rethink a couple situations where you're using a little bit of empathy and deciding the fate of whether or not you're going to talk to someone ever again. Now, you are stepping to the full card, even though you're kind of, getting over the fact that you were in mini hermit mode. Now, you adapted to that, and you said your piece to someone. Bottom of the deck is that you awakened, called judgment, basically, and completed your task with willpower. Alright, let's move on to the spreads. Alright, this is going to be the Broken Heart spread. Alright, so the central issue of your relationship is that you're preparing your confidence, right? Now, how you see the other person is you see them as someone who has a lot of clarity but is kind of stuck in their self right now. How they see you is they see you as someone who's hardworking and they're waiting for knowledge from you. The unknown influences on your relationship is that you're waiting for that to happen, a betrayal. Now, it could be one of the three. If I've already explained this card to you, or if you've seen any of my other tarot videos where I explain that card, it's heartache, jealousy, loss, or you're cheating, they're cheating. They're bitching about you to their family and friends and whoever will listen, and vice versa. You're doing that to them. Or it could be the third option. Something takes priority over your relationship, like drugs, alcohol, any form of substance abuse, gambling, workaholic, working too much, money, porn, sex, video games, gambling, if I hadn't already said that. Where you want the relationship to go is you want you guys to not be bored and work on it, basically. Work on your skills together. This card represents who can help your relationship. You're being very perceptive, but you're full of anxiety in regards to it. Now, the challenges in your relationship is that you're trying to find balance with this Aries, Leo, or Sag, right? But you're trying to find balance while being caring. The outcome of your relationship is that you are going to be accomplishing a lot, but you're going to be indecisive. Bottom of the deck is that you're going to be ending one situation to begin something new. You're going to be stuck in your head about it. Alright, if you aren't already. Let's move on to the next spread, which is the Gravestone spread. Alright, now this card represents the central question of your life. Betrayal. Is it really a betrayal in regards to your peace, contentment, and family? Now, the interesting forces acting on that question is that you want quality over quantity, and possibly with this Aries, Leo, or Sag, right? How other people affect you is that they're being positive and they're making you feel positive, but you are intelligent, so you know where to stand your ground. The circumstances affecting your life is your destiny, right? Wish fulfillment, hope. Someone's coming for you. You're keeping everything close to your heart, but you know that you're being rescued. Who or what is available to you is you. your charm, and your wish fulfillment. Aquarius, possibly energy. Now the outcome is that you are going to go into your head and debate on whether this Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, romantic, adventurous, and moody knight, who at the chance, as soon as he gets your heart, will skip out if he's really genuine or not. Bottom of the deck is that you're discovering that there's going to be a loss, or that it's going to be the end of one situation. I mean, it doesn't have to be. You have choices, but it all depends on who two can tango. You're also dealing with the grief of a lost loved one, even if they weren't immediately related to you. I don't know. It could be like a contract or something. Someone that you're mourning from another life. I know you're very intuitive. Alright. Let's move on to the eyeball spread. Okay, so last month there was a temptation, especially in regards to your family. Right? Maybe somebody was trying to pull you apart. The overview of this month is that you were a little bit disappointed in your financial help. But you know that even though you're disappointed in one aspect, that sometimes miracles happen unexpectedly, but not in the way you expected. Does that make sense? So the first week of this month, you are adapting your cup of love, if that makes sense. So you're wanting to adapt you're raising your bar, basically. Second week, you were growing as Empress. Third week, you were, in regards to your material wealth, someone was trying to deceive you and steal from you. The fourth week is that there's a mystery involving someone who has a crush on you. Alright. Possibility for next month is you are going to have choices in who's going to help you in your group effort. Bottom of the deck, you're collaborating with someone that'll help ease your struggle. Alright, let's move on to the severed head spread. Alright. Now the primary issue of your life right now is love. So you need to pay attention to your intuition. In the distant past, you were traveling and you were making choices. In the recent past, you were transitioning, moving on from troubled relationships. Currently, you are stepping in full energy, balancing out. Alright, possibly with the Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Possible, your immediate future would be that you're having revelation in regards to a Sagittarius in balance. The factors that will outright affect your outcome of the issue is that you are making an effort for the rest of your Nine of Cups, right, for your wishes. The official outcome is that you are going to be very generous, but keep your guard up and be perceptive. Now, the bottom of the deck is you're finding stability, but you're still making sacrifices. Alright? Alright. Thank you so much, my beautiful, beautiful Miss Sue. My name is Libra Empress, and I'm so happy that you were able to become a part of our Zodiac family. And you're going through a lot, you really are. You're definitely not alone. You don't have to be alone. If you ever need anything, I am always here for you, alright? Thank you for being amazing. Love you, by my beautiful friend.